Plaintiff LaWanda Nolan says in 6th grade, her daughter, the defendant, started acting out, and she ended up going to jail for 9 months for witness tampering. LaWanda is suing her daughter for apartment damages. Defendant Katie Knight says while she was in jail, she had a lot of time to think about how her mother raised her, and she decided she wanted to change her ways. Katie insists her mother is suing her for more than she owes.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
This is Katie Knight, that's my daughter, and I guess I can start at about 6th grade when I noticed a change in Katie when she was picked to go to Washington, D.C. out the school because she was smart, okay? When she came back, her attitude changed. And I asked her what's going on.
Most folks, when they go to Washington, D.C., all them crooks.
Okay, so when she came back, I noticed a big difference in her, and I asked her, Katie, what's going on? And she said, everybody at school is calling me a nerd because I'm smart. I'm like, well, they got the wrong idea. That's a beautiful blessing to be smart and get picked out the whole school. So from 6th grade to about 7th grade, somewhere in there, she got arrested at school because she found some marijuana on the ground and took it to school. And everybody pointed their finger to Katie.
Come on now. Go ahead, though. Go ahead.
Okay, so everybody pointed their finger at Katie, so they said she was okay until they found it. Once they found it, the police came and they arrested her. So she got out of jail.
Oh, what's this? Oh, I think I'm gonna take it and ask my teacher. or give it out. I don't know what it is. Just something I found on the ground.
You went for that. Go ahead.
No, I didn't go for that one, Judge. I believe different. I'm like, she knows better. So with that being said, once she got in high school, she's still acting up. Just clowning at school. I'm getting phone calls left and right every other day. Katie, watch. Katie, watch. I'm like, what is a Katie watch? She's not in the class she's supposed to be in. She's in this class, she's in that class, she's getting in-school suspension, out-of-school suspension. So after a point, I got tired, Judge. So I pulled her out of school and put her in a school called Houston Can Academy, where you can work at your own pace, and if you got a job, they'll work around it. So she was doing good. I was proud of her. She was working 2 jobs, going to school, and she was on her own. She had to catch the bus either way in Houston, and you know, nothing is right across the street. It's really far. So she was doing good. So it came time for graduation. She graduated on a Friday. Monday, I got a phone call from the school saying the sheriff was looking for her. I'm like, the sheriff? For what? It's no mistake, Miss Nolan. She's gonna be arrested for something she did.
For finding weed?
No, it wasn't finding weed this time. It was much bigger than that, Judge. So I called Katie downstairs, and she came, and I'm like, Katie, what's going on? Mama, let me explain. You remember I was going to court for this guy? She was testifying for a guy saying he didn't jump on this girl. The court found him to be guilty, so they gave him 10 years. So her and another young lady and the guy's mom went to the lady's house who was pressing charges. So now she picked up a case, a felony case for entering without being asked to come in, and the other one was tampering with a witness. So she got 2 felony cases now. I got her out of jail, got a lawyer, got out of jail for $1,000 and told her she got to make the payments. I'm done, because it don't make sense. You know better. With that being said, when she got out, she was doing good.
What year was this?
This was in...
Approximately?
2017, 2016, somewhere in there. And she wanted her own apartment. So I got her apartment with the consideration that she was doing good and she was working. It was 5 minutes away from her job.
Whatever happened with the case?
She went back to jail.
Okay.
Because
how long?
She didn't. How long? She was in there about 9 months, 8 months, I think. Because she wasn't paying her fines. So she went back to jail for that. She recently got out the end of last year in December.
Okay. Let me hear from you, young lady.
How you doing, Your Honor? For the most part, I really do love my mother and appreciate everything she's done for me. I was raised in a stable household, but due to the fact that I felt as if she was trying to raise me like my sisters, I kind of went on a different path than where she wanted me to and started acting out and being rebellious.
How were your sisters raised that you didn't want to be?
They were more on a straight and narrow, she didn't really have to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your
really
problem. She wanted to raise you on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that was horrible.
But no.
Horrible. Why would you do that?
Wanted her to be somebody.
It wasn't so much of that. It's just I'm not my sisters. And the life they choose is not the same life that I wanted.
No, but you referred to her wanting you to be on the straight and narrow, meaning being a good child, doing the right things,
yes, sir.
Staying out of trouble. What did you want to be aside from that? You didn't want to stay out of trouble?
I did, but...
Well, what is it that she did for your sisters that... Give me some examples.
Well, I can't give you an example for that, Your Honor.
Hey, she can. She just gave me all the examples. You say, I don't want to do that. I want to find weed on the ground. Yeah, right. I want to hang out with thugs and go up to somebody's house and threaten them, a witness tamper. Yeah, right. Those are the examples I have so far. But go ahead. What else you want me to know?
While I was in jail, I had time to think about everything my mother was telling me before I ended up in jail, and came to realize that I really do appreciate everything she was telling me, and took everything.
When did you realize that?
When I was incarcerated.
All right, that was in what year? She wasn't sure. She said 16, 17. You tell me when it was.
I believe that was 16, 17.
You believe?
Yeah.
How many times you been to jail?
No, I was saying that it was 16, 17 around that time.
No, it's around that time.
No, I was as
most
in the
people,
year.
if they do months, that's what I did. I did 11 months. I know exactly when it occurred. It occurred in February of 1978. And I got out December of 1978. She's not that smart. I don't know where you get that from. What are you suing her for?
I'm suing her for damages because she got evicted out the apartment.
When?
In 2017, I signed the lease. So this happened in March of 2018. I did a random check just to see how she doing because my name was on the lease. And when I got there, it was an eviction notice on the door. And I walked in, and behold, the apartment was trashed. It smelled horrible. It looked horrible. Trash everywhere, nets, vomit, dog poop. It was stuff everywhere.
You see, when you spoke to her, what did she say?
Thank you.
When I found her at her job and she came outside, she said that she got caught up.
What does that mean?
That's what she told me. I said, what do you mean?
Fiend? That's a lot of times what caught up means. I got caught up and became a dope fiend, and I lived a destructive life. You didn't ask her what she meant by caught up?
Yeah, I asked her, Judge. Of course I asked her. She just said, Mama, I don't know. I was just caught up. I'm doing this. I said, Katie, I put my name on the line for you. Where's your loyalty?
And tell me about the landlord and how you ended up facing legal consequences of $1,950.
Well, the landlord knew nothing of what was going on. First of all, the only thing they know, they didn't receive their payment for February. So it was late notices on the door, but we was at the end of February, 1st of March. So March was due, April was due, and May was due. Now, the damages came in because I had just had surgery like 6 months before on my back. I couldn't do anything, so I had to hire somebody to come in, make ready the apartment so I can give it back to them.
Why didn't you ask her to do it?
She was I couldn't find her. After that, she was in hiding.
From the mama I love.
Yeah, she was in hiding.
I dodged my mama, though, after I throw in $2,000 worth of debt. After I destroyed the apartment, she put her name on for me. I dodged her. Go ahead.
Okay. So, again, I tried to locate her. My texts went unanswered. The phone calls went unanswered. So I know time wasn't on my side. So I hired people to come in. The walls were damaged. There was holes in the door, window broken out. It was just bad. So the people charged me $2,043, but all I had was $1,950. So they took that and made the apartment back new, and I had pictures for that.
What do you have to say? What's your defense?
When I left the apartment, the only thing that was left in the apartment was my furniture, and I was aware of the damages of the hole in the wall, but as far as the apartment being trashed, I had no idea until after she had paid the amount that she paid. She
said she was trying to reach you, and that's why you had no idea, because you wouldn't respond to her. Is that true, or is your mama lying on you?
I'm not. She probably was trying to get in contact with me, but my phone was stolen from the job, and
For how long were you trying to get in contact with her?
For about 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
You didn't have a phone for 3
No,
weeks?
Sir.
Okay. And
I have a problem with that one, Judge, because I kept going back and forth to her job, and they kept saying she wasn't there.
We don't have to do this.
Okay.
I don't know who she thinks she's playing with. She sounds like she needs to go back to jail. Doesn't sound like she has learned. Anytime she does her mother like this still, judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
I hope and pray you get it together, Katie.
I always love you.
Okay. I don't want you to ever hate me then.
I knew we were going to get here sooner or later, but I know this is just another dose of your tough love.
And I love you, Katie. I just want better for you. That's it. I won't accept nothing less. I'm not judging you for who you are and who you with. I just want you to do better. Think about Katie and what's best for Katie. Okay?